Hello, it's MJ Gordon and welcome to today's episode. I wanted to talk to you guys about 3 ways that you can regenerate and automatically heal. So whether we're talking about high performance or chronic fatigue, it's important that we tap our body into a state of regeneration and healing on a regular daily basis. And the problem that's going on in our society today is that most of us are becoming overstimulated and we have so much to do, so much to think about. And when we're not doing and thinking about things, we're zoning out on things that stimulate our brain, like our phones, social media, and the computer. And it's keeping us from being able to heal. And that's why we're starting to accumulate this deficit that starts to feel like small things are exhausting, or like we don't have enough time and energy for all the things that we want to do, or we find ourselves overwhelmed at certain things or unfulfilled even when we accomplish our goals and tasks. And this is something that used to just be part of the natural flow of life, but because there's so much going on all the time now, we're starting to lack touch or basis with this very thing that we're supposed to be doing every day and every single night. So how many of you guys would be interested in learning a little bit more about how to get your body to automatically regenerate and heal? If you would like to, say yes in the comments below and let's go. So the first thing that you got to do, applying the minimalist philosophy or the idea of identifying what adds value and removing the things that doesn't, number 1 is remove worry and negativity. When it comes to healing, we have 2 areas of our body. We have the parasympathetic nervous system, which is what stimulates healing and regeneration. And then we have the sympathetic nervous system, which is fight or flight. This also correlates with our brainwaves. When we're problem solving, when we're decision making, when we're being creative and we're thinking, we're using a lot of energy. It takes a lot of energy to maintain this way of thinking or operating the brain. Most of us are like this 99% of the time, even when we're waking, when we're sleeping. If we have a hard time sleeping, we're not slowing the brain waves down enough and tapping into that parasympathetic nervous system, which is what stimulates healing. When you worry and concern yourself with negativity, you are in major fight and flight mode. When you're stressed, when you are aggravated about politics or somebody else's opinion or some dumb comment that somebody left on social media, you are basically calling on for energy and hormonal secretion in your body that is there to keep you surviving. You are fighting with a lot of energy internally, and when that energy has no place to go and you're not using it and you're doing this regularly, then you're causing a major deficit in your body. So learning how to stress manage and have a good mindset. This is why I'm so keen on promoting positive mindset and feel good vibes. And if you're doing it, that's fine. We all do it. It's tough not to. It's tough not to because we've evolved into these beings that are meant to survive. We're meant to fight or flight. And now we're in this situation where we're not worried about bears. We're not worried about other tribes coming in and raiding our villages. I mean, it's very rare. Some people out there are still worried about that kind of stuff. But for most of us here watching this, we don't really have enough stressors that are going to use up that amount of energy and the amount of hormone secretion that's happening. So we're getting entitled and we're getting offended and we're getting concerned over little things that really don't matter. So it's so important now to build the skill of stress management, positive, feel-good thoughts. You create what you think about, and really you create it because it manifests in the body. Anybody who says that what you think about doesn't affect the way that you feel and the way that you go about life, it's absolutely wrong, because when you are stressed, when you are upset, when you are worried, you actually secrete hormones and chemicals in the brain that changes the biophysical state that your body is in. It affects your body because it's preparing your body to move. It's preparing it to survive. It's preparing it to problem solve. The problem with this is when you're doing this a lot, you start screwing with the hormonal balance, you start damaging cells, you're using up all this energy, and it's getting harder and harder to maintain that resilience in minimally stressful scenarios. So it is so important to not only say, I'm a positive thinker, I've got a positive mindset, but to really practice increasing that resilience and maintaining your cool and keeping calm and having those tools to manage your stress when stressful situations come up. So the next thing that you can remove is the space that you spend all the time thinking and stimulating your mind. I know that it's easy to feel like I am relaxing, I'm watching a movie, I'm scrolling on Facebook, but I'm just laying down, I'm relaxing. Your body feels like it's relaxed, but what's not relaxing is your mind. And if your mind doesn't relax and slow down enough to tap into that parasympathetic nervous system, you are not recharging. This is equivalent to keeping your phone off the charger and saying, well, I'm gonna lock it every time I'm not using it, I'm gonna turn the sound off, I'm gonna dim the lights to save the batteries. And that's what you're doing when you're laying down and watching a movie and scrolling on Instagram. You're saving your batteries, but you're not plugging it into recharge. So whether you're meditating or you're closing your eyes and deep breathing or listening to soothing music, you need to find a way to shut your brain off. Reading, listening to TED Talks or motivational videos like this one is not one of those activities. You really got to get present. And I know that is so tough because we live in a world of hustle and go. There's so much we need to do. There's so much we want to accomplish. And I commend you for that. Like, I am an A-type personality and overachiever myself. But if you really want the passion, the purpose, the time, and the energy to accomplish those things that you dream of and that you inspire to go out and get after, then you need to take the space to recharge. Otherwise, your battery dies. And when your battery dies, it feels impossible to get those things done. And even though you're forcing it, this deficit is going to compound over time, and you're really going to feel it if you're not feeling it yet. So make sure you take care of your battery, restore your body, recharge yourself so that you have a surplus of energy and you're not just skimping with the deficits. The last thing that is going to add value, this is not a removal, this is an add value to your life, is sleep. I don't care what you say, I don't care what you think. If you think you could cheat sleep or you think that you can catch up later, it does not work that way. And if you've been doing that and it was working that way for you 5, 10, 15 years ago, and now all of a sudden you're finding yourself without as much resilience, you're a little tired, maybe you're a little cranky, maybe you're not as uppity or excited about things, you're having a hard time with motivation, or you're struggling getting to sleep early, and you think that you can just get by on 4 to 5 hours, maybe 6 hours of sleep here or there, or you're going to sleep at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and sleeping until noon the next day, this will catch up with you. There is a reason that we sleep 6, 7 to 8 hours, sometimes 9 hours a day. This is the time we plug in and recharge. This is where our body takes the time to do the housekeeping. It repairs damaged cells, it cleanses toxins out of the system, and it taps into that deep state of sleep, regenerating and auto-healing. Your body is meant to heal and metabolize, meaning break down and rebuild new cells, organs, and just all the things in your system that you need to function at maximum capacity. But if you're cutting out of this very crucial time, I promise you it's not going to feel good. And if you're already not feeling good, then you can ask yourself, is sleep a priority for me? You are not only what you energize yourself with, which is what you eat or the way that you process and think about things. You are also how well you take care of your body. It would be like keeping your car on all the time. Even though you keep filling it up with gas, you never shut the car off. Well, what's gonna happen? It's gonna overheat, the radiator's gonna blow. At some point, you have to stop and take the car to the shop, get it checked, get it tuned, get it updated, swap out some parts and get things refreshed and cleaned out in order for your car to continue to work. There is no reason our body doesn't work the same way, and we use our bodies 24 hours a day. So if you just give yourself a little time to get more sleep, at first you're gonna sleep a lot more because you're trying to catch up on this deficit. The first time that I started actually prioritizing my sleep, I was sleeping for 12 to 14 hours for a whole month. And then the next month it was like 10 to 12. And then by the third month it was like 8 to 10. And then it came down. But 7 hours is what I need when I'm getting to bed on time. And on time for me is by 10:30, my lights are out. By 10:30, I'm already snoozing and unaware of what's going on. At 10:30, I'm already moving into the theta brainwave state. We're gonna talk more about brainwaves here, or if you're in my Move and Restore program, we talk a lot about it in coaching programs. But the brainwave states are so important and a great tool for us to be able to access these auto-regenerating, auto-healing states of our mind and body, and also into our subconscious. So it's a really powerful thing to take these things into consideration and make them a priority. I know they sound so simple, but if you make them a priority and you put your energy into those things instead of the opposite, you're really gonna see how this is going to maximize the way that you feel. It's gonna be amazing. And you're just gonna feel like you have an abundance of energy that doesn't stop, it overflows. And you really can feel like you have the energy like when you were a kid again, if you take the time to do these things. So make sure you do that. Let me know any of your thoughts or questions in the comments below. As always, let me know how I can better serve you or what information I can bring you that can help your journey even more. If you haven't applied for a free 20-minute coaching call yet, go ahead and check that out in the link below. I'm not sure I have any spaces left in February. I might at the last week of February, but I am still keeping them open for March. So if all the slots are filled up, just feel free to let me know. I'm gonna open more in March, or just check back. I've been really enjoying getting to know you guys and just helping you guys out. And it just feels so awesome to watch you guys implement some of these simple things and see massive results right away, because you guys are action takers. That's what I love so much about you. So I love seeing your results come to manifest and just what it does for you in your life. And so I'm offering more coaching calls because it's been so rewarding to journey with you in this. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for sticking around. See you then. Ciao.